he is not doing so well. Shane Cashman, who's a mid writer, he wrote this fluff piece essentially about Eliza Bleu. And apparently this story, this fluff piece was in the works like a month ago. However, things changed because she's been exposed as a serial liar. Now, this is more than just e-drama, in my opinion. The e-drama is just the icing on the cake. I mentioned that there's a lot more going on underneath the surface of this story. And I know Tim Pool understands this, but he's pretending that like this is not the case. Really quick, I have some things bookmarked in Twitter before we go into the story. And we're going to highlight some... oh, shit. Well, let me pause that. Yeah, so again, Eliza Bleu just writes falsely that she believes that people are being threatened. Members of the Tim Cuck IRL show, they're being violently threatened, and that's just not the case. That's not true. She's referring to Jeremy from the Quartering in this tweet. Jeremy did no such thing. Another Jeremy from the Geeks and Gamer podcast, he writes, Timcast, we don't do e-girl drama here. Also, Timcast, this is a thumbnail from one of his shows. Twitch streamer cries after getting caught watching deep fake adult videos.
And again, uses a streamer's face that wasn't even associated with the story.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny.
Yeah, no, certainly. So again, he's just like, oh, dude, we want to do culture. We want to do me. Shut the fuck up. Look at this shit. I could save a lifetime. No, you can't save her. No, you can't. No, just say no. All right, so here we go. We're going to watch this clip really quick before we get into that article.
So if like you're interested in interpersonal drama and e-girl celebrity stuff, Timcast is not the channel for you. And if that's the case, and then I don't want your money. Like, dude, it's remarkable that people are like, Tim, if you don't address e-girl drama, I'm going to cancel. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll cancel, I guess. I don't know. You know what we're going to do this week?
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But yeah, again, we don't do e-girl drama. And then this is literally a video. He's done multiple videos like that. He's done multiple videos like this with similar thumbnails. Tim Pool is full of shit. Let's go back to these bookmarks. Let me see what else we got here. Oh, yes. Gregory, favorite part of the Eliza article, claiming her trafficker might be dead, but she hasn't looked. Okay, that's literally asserted in the article. Yet Eliza said in December of 2020 that her trafficker still follows her on social media and messages her.
Bruh, what?
Yep, right here. We're going to get into the article, but just keep that in mind, guys. My former trafficker still follows me on social media and messages me. I have a message for you. Kiss my whole butt. Part 2 of this fanfic ends with frosted beanie. Oh, with a... Yeah, goodness. Let's see what else do we have here. Oh my God, you have to stop gaslighting and lying. I don't know if I went over this before. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, we're going to hold up. Where's that video? This video.
Oh, yes.
We weren't able to watch this last time because we had technical difficulties, but everything should be working now. Eliza Bleu, and here's another reason why this is so important. Eliza Bleu is like a libertarian, right? She's a libertarian and she's like an ANCAP and she's all these stupid things. She's really obsessed with labels, for whatever. She tries to fit in. And she was talking with Theodis Russell. This is somebody who's been platformed by Dave Rubin. And he's kind of like a larger content creator sort of, but only among certain circles. And this video has been shared like a bajillion times. It's made the rounds. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and watch it. Listen to this shit.
Certainly acknowledge that there are many people who are 13, 14, 15 that have sex with an adult and then feel as if they were taken advantage of too.
Oh, 100%.
Okay,
so let's focus on the worst.
Yeah,
okay, so let's pretend like we all have our like utopia. So if I could answer this in utopia, right, in my like perfect ANCAP utopia, each community and each so it'd be each caregiver, parent, and community, including teachers, potential faith leaders, and neighbors, will decide if the child is ready to consent and look at the child's behavior. Do they have a job? How is their education going? Are they cognitively available to have sex with this individual? And then also look at the history of the individual as well. So
oh shit, hold on. Where
are they cognitively available to have sex with this individual? And then also look at the history of the individual as well. So does this individual have a history of abuse?
Yep.
And then you go.
Yeah, dude,
Bruh.
Isn't that fucking disgusting? Dude, so she's like basically saying like, oh, if you're a teacher, you can determine whether or not this specific child is allowed to consent to engaging in adult activities or engaging in sexual activities with an adult. Or if they got good grades, if they got straight A's, they can get laid, I guess. According to this fucking dork, this total loser, Eliza Bleu, who was platformed by Tim Pool, and he refuses to address it. Liberty Lockdown, I think he likes to platform people and have really edgy conversations. And he claims that he was nodding, not in agreement with what he was hearing, but he was nodding kind of like, I'm acknowledging what you're saying. I'm just acknowledging you. As, you know, that was his excuse.
Doing it.
Yeah, they were both doing it. Well, Theodis Russell is a total fucking creep. I don't have the receipts for that yet, but yeah. So I'm pretty adamant about completely fucking destroying this woman and exposing her for the fraud that she is. Let's see. Do I have the clip of? Let's see what Dick Masterson wrote really quick. Dick Masterson, he replies to this. This is a sick comment on its face, but there is a bigger point to it. Eliza Bleu doesn't even understand what sexual exploitation is. She's describing grooming here as good. She thinks embarrassing pictures are assault. She thinks catfishing is trafficking. Complete moron. Yeah, that's her. Let's see. Oh, I already read this. I went over this. Everyone's talking about how Eliza Bleu lied about being sex trafficked, but no one's talking about how she needs to lose 30 pounds. Okay, so that's all
Real.
old news. Yeah, what facts? Maybe facts. Yeah. So Eliza Bleu responded to the pushback. Let's see. Ayo, I like this guy. Never misses a chance to throw in some insults. Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not. Thank you, Mountain G.
We don't pull back.
Yeah.
We don't pull our punches.
Yeah, but we try to keep it clean. You know, we don't want to get banned. Let's see. Eliza Bleu writes, I went on the show to advocate for survivors and minors. No, you didn't. I was speaking in the clip about a hypothetical anarchist society with no government and no laws, and stated that clearly. I believe in the current laws around these issues and abide by the current laws. Yeah, that sounds like a lawyer.
Thank you for that clarification.
Yeah. I was clear about all of that. The full podcast is available to watch. The clip above is available to watch. I understand that it might be difficult for folks to try to understand a conversation about a hypothetical world with no government and how to tackle egregious crimes. Yeah, no. I understand that it's a hypothetical, but if you could choose, if this was your utopia, as you stated, it would be permissible for an adult to.
Yeah, why can't we can still have social standards in an ANCAP society, right?
I don't know. These people are clearly divorced from reality. I don't know, man. Like we were talking with an ANCAP yesterday, and he was relatively kind. And a lot of them do come off this way, but then like I see shit like this, and you know, you get like the Liberty Lockdown guy and Theodis Russell like nodding their heads like fucking idiots, and like if I was there, I'd be like, are you guys fucking hearing what I'm hearing? Like, did she really just say? Like,
I would have been like, I would have looked at her and just been like, get the fuck off my show.
Yeah, no, seriously, dude, push back against it. Jesus, like, why are people afraid to like?
Men.
Two pussies.
She has fucking shorter hair than those two guys do.
Yeah, apparently. Goodness. So the article, man. Let's get into the article. A lot of it is kind of a bore fest, so we'll skim through it, guys. We'll skim through it, but hold on, let's get rid of that Twitter. There we go. All right, so. Yeah, so again, this is a fluff piece. Here's Eliza Bleu modeling in the snow for Shane Cashman. He's married, but he probably got the juiciest blowjob from Eliza Bleu. That's just my opinion. I'm not stating that as fact. But why else would it be so far up her ass? He can tell you what she had for lunch, a week ago. Anyways, so yeah, just to give you an idea of what a fucking hack writer Shane is. I don't believe Shane is a great writer. I think he got shilled really fucking hard by certain people. So he can be like, oh, I'm an award-winning blah, 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 record selling. Shut up. I don't believe you. So on January 24th, 2023, members of the Science and Security Board pulled a black hood off the doomsday clock to reveal that humanity, according to them, was 90 seconds closer to midnight, or in their own words, the closest to nuclear annihilation we've ever been. The spectacle looks something like ISIS recording themselves about to hack off the head of a hostage. There's been so this is again where's Eliza Bleu here? Where's Eliza Bleu? He's talking about this doomsday clock, and then it's down here this other paragraph. I was thinking about all this doom when Eliza Bleu called me on the same day. Those scientists pushed the hands on their symbolic clock closer to midnight. She had been trending on Twitter. Eliza and the doomsday clock don't really have anything to do with each other, but they were symbolically connected in my mind. Yeah, they do have something to do with each other. They're both fucking bullshit. They're both lies. Like none of this is none of this matters. So. Yeah, so she goes on. This goes on and on. It's so boring. Internet sleuths found all the time she'd been on TV. Yeah, so they're just basically chronicling everything that we've already said. But we're gonna respond to the actual when he starts actually interviewing her. All right, so this is a small collection of some of the criticisms that I have received as I prepared to profile Eliza. This is a litmus test for Shane Cashman. He is a knob-gobbling fluffer, which is true. The internet is watching. Shane is a clown. He is a fluffer boy. Accurate. This will destroy his career. He has no integrity. True. He's cringe as fuck. Yes. He's got a hard-on for any woman who loves bomb him because he's never experienced this amount of love. Fact. He shouldn't talk to grifters. Well, he will anyways. All of Twitter is watching. He's unprofessional. True. He's just a fiction writer. Fact. Fair enough, he writes. Yes. So at what point does he start interviewing her? All right, here we go. All right, are you guys ready for this bullshit interview? Eliza picked me up in her father's car. Oh, wait, who wrote that? Manic McKenna. Anja. Yo, what's going on, Manic? Welcome. Eliza picked me up in her father's car, and we drove to the world's largest truck stop. Iowa 80, a 24-hour truck utopia with a restaurant and a bottomless supply of cowboy hats. She seemed oddly positive. She wore a heavy black Tesla winter coat. Wow. I wonder why. Yeah, she was so positive. She was so positive because, Shane was there and he was going to fuck her. Really, I thought all of the coats this woman could wear, all the days, she chose the Tesla coat. It was 7 degrees, and she said it was her one and only warm coat. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I later asked her how she got it. All of my Tesla gear was given to me by a friend. He worked for Tesla. We have known each other for 2 years before all this happened. My old winter coat was finished. I pulled out the Tesla coat this year because it's what I have. I didn't even know Tesla made coats. Anyways, she was looking at her phone, reading an email. The Babylon Bee had notified her that they canceled an event they had planned to do together. It's heartbreaking, she said. I needed my Christian brothers. I'm so pissed that they would cancel. Dude, you're not a Christian. This woman is not a Christian at all. She is a liar. Much like Kanye West, she's doing the whole Jesus thing, throwing her, gyrating around like a psychopath. Don't fall for it, guys. She's trying to garner sympathy. Don't fall for that. It's what women do. She had a slightly darker tone in her voice than she had since the last time we spoke. Well, I guess I'm the guy that talks to people the rest of society rejects. In a sense, that's you right now on Twitter. Let's see. Daily reminder: MC didn't kill himself. Thank you, Sam Dog. We're always keeping that in mind. There was mostly small talk on the way to get food. We discussed her childhood, being homeschooled, and now she and her family, including her younger sister, had moved from the Quad Cities to Denver and back. As we took our seats at the truck stop diner, I was alerted by colleagues via text that some people have announced her father's personal address. Jesus. Yeah. Anyways, are you reading Twitter? I asked, referring to the barrage of comments about her life, all the images, everyone who'd done anything with her had been getting tagged and everything too. Friends are telling me that my silence is making everything worse, she said. Right now, people don't want to hear anything from me, Eliza says. There's literally nothing I could say. What could I say? Nothing I do will appease everybody. I can't be too mean. I can't be too nice. So many people have their minds made up. You know what you can do? It's not about being nice or being mean. Why don't you be truthful? Why is that so fucking hard for people? And again, Shane's supposed to be like this journalist, like this mindful artist. And like he's a fucking loser. This guy's a fucking loser.
Does he work for Tim?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's true, I said, wondering how the fuck I was going to navigate this story. I was hesitant to even ask her about all this. I would either be exposing her total lie. Yes, you would, because that's what she is. She's a liar. Or perhaps I would be making her relive some deeply troubling trauma. The waitress brought us our waters and our meals, and I said, I guess we better start with the questions. I asked her how she defined human trafficking. Force, fraud, or coercion for the sale of labor of sex. Anyone under the age of 18 engaging in any commercial sexual activity for goods or services or money is a victim of human trafficking. She rattled it off quickly. Under 18, she said, is automatically a victim of human trafficking if they're engaging in commercial sex. There's not a question, no gray area. First off, fuck you. That's not even what sex trafficking means. That's not even what human trafficking is. She's supposed to be an authority on this topic. She's supposed to be an expert on this topic. She's an advocate. She wins awards for literally doing nothing on this specific topic. And this answer right here is like, dude, why aren't you calling her like dumb? Like, geez, help me make this make sense to me. Am I wrong?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of, I mean, yeah, as like a journalist, I would say, yeah, as a journalist, the idea is to get, the truth out there. That should be your number one. But then, yeah, like sometimes if you want to if you have like a bone to pick or whatever else, then go for it.
Yeah.
Right. So you're like, yeah, fuck Eliza Bleu and like fuck her story. And like, if that's what you're going in with, then like rip her apart. Of course, be nice about it because you don't want to just, have her run off or whatever else. But
certainly.
But yeah, for him to just be like, as a female ally, I don't want to bring up any past traumas. It's like, dude, do you know who the fuck you're talking to? Like,
yeah, I'll put it this way. I actually would know how to professionally interrogate somebody and ask them really difficult questions. So if I were to interview Eliza Bleu and I were to start off define human trafficking or sex trafficking, and if she gave me this answer, I would ask, where did you get this definition from? What formal training have you had? What real world experience do you have working with victims of abuse and neglect and violence of a sexual nature? Have you ever worked real cases with family services, child protective services, social services, the police? The answer would be no. She's pulling it out of her ass. She made this up. This looks like a definition that I would find on Reddit or Tumblr. It's fucking pathetic. Anyways, the interview continues. How did the trafficking start with you? I met him when I was about 15, she said. And then I would ask, what date? Where did you meet him? Oh, where? A concert out here. What concert? Where's out here? Who was he? A photographer. So, can you name him? I can't. Why? Legal reasons. Very convenient. Very convenient. We're going to come back to that, I said. I knew she wasn't going to name names. She'd said as much to me on the Timcast IRL, and I had insisted multiple times that naming names would be one of the best ways to clear her own. To clear her own, it would allow me and other journalists to do more digging into the story. The lack of a name, the lack of this transparency doesn't help. But if she says there are legal reasons, that for now is the best I can get out of her. Straight cheese. Why did you leave LA? I asked. Once I had my permit, I was out of here. She said, which is funny because all I want to do now is stay here. Was this a relationship with the older guy? He groomed me. Grooming how? Finding out my vulnerabilities. What would make me leave my family and come out to LA? He knew exactly what to say. I was probably the easiest mark they ever had. What do you mean they? So now it went from, it was a photographer. Now it's like there's these people, they were colluding. They're colluding with me. And again, Shane is so fucking bad at this. He doesn't ask questions. It's like, wait a minute. Now who's they? This is so frustrating to read. This is so damn frustrating to read, you guys. Was he talking sexually with you as well? No, it was all about the dream world, the opportunities, which were promise of a modeling career, rock star stuff. How old were you? 15 when I met him, 17 when I moved to LA, she said. Okay. He knows your age at that point, like from the beginning? Yes, she says. How did you pull that shit? I asked. I would never let it happen. I said, thinking of my children, were your parents under some type of spell from this person? I asked. It sounds like they had no reason to believe this wasn't going to be a legit opportunity for their daughter. Her mom would later tell me that at the time, Eliza would be turning 18 soon as well, and there would be no stopping her. How did you get to LA? Asking the dumb questions, but okay. My dad moved me out there, she said. She could probably tell, but I was watching for any body language and eye movement that would seem like she's conjuring up a fiction, which there's plenty of that, by the way, on Twitter. when she spoke with that other fucking hack, Michael Malice, who's a total shitter. Anybody watching knows him, or let him know I think he sucks. I had made a plan to ask her the same questions repeatedly over the next few days to see if any of her details didn't match, not only from what she told me, but what she said in other platforms. Dude, you don't need to interview her because there's already inconsistencies that are pretty well established. But anyways, Shane's an idiot. Eliza said she moved to LA when she was 17. Her parents set her up with an apartment, and within 2 days, she says she was trafficked. If that was true, you've got to be a pretty stupid woman. It's like you just show up. It's like, oh, fuck, I'm a victim. Oh, God.
Oh, no, he moved me to LA.
Oh, no, I'm not in the movies. I'm in my worst nightmare. I know. I should have.
You didn't promise everything. I've been trafficked, guys.
Yeah. This is where I guess I get some of the story messed up. I said. So this is Eliza saying that. Is there a switch in the guy at this moment? Wait, what? Oh yeah, is there? Oh yeah, okay. So they're asking if like the men switch. Is there a switch in the guy at this moment? The photographer introduces me to the musician, she said. Again, I asked again for the names, but she refused. We get into the specific discussion later, but I wanted to establish her side of what happened in LA first. Are the photographer and the musician together? Like physically, she asked. I mean, like, are they a team? Do you think I know that? She said with some hostility. Well, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. How soon after moving to LA is this happening? Immediately, within a few days, like 48 hours, Eliza says. She says she recognized the musician the moment she met him. She won't even say who this band is or what musician it is. I suppose I made a surprise face. This is West Hollywood we're talking about, she said. I had just been to Hollywood, and it seemed like the kind of city where dreams and nightmares coexist so tightly, it's kind of hard to distinguish one from the other. Yeah, that sounds like fan fiction. What a little horseshit. I went over to the musician's place. I don't remember if he came and picked me up, but I'm sure he probably did. We went over there hanging out and had some beer. That's when everything went downhill. He handed me something to smoke, and I smoked it. I think they called it ice or glass. I think it was something like crystal meth. Do you remember what you were thinking in that moment? My dreams were coming true, she says. Did you not feel any sense of dread being away from your family, being with these people? I was in the dream world, she said. Up until that point, I didn't even know that evil was a thing that happened.
What?
Anyways, you didn't learn about evil from church, I asked. I understood that her father went to seminary school in Denver and that religion was important to the family. I did not understand what evil was until LA, she said. Wow.
Bro.
Way to omit the question. What was your first relationship? No. Was he violent? Oh, no. Was that your first relationship? I asked. No. Was he violent? He wasn't violent, but I'm kind of grateful that I was drinking and on drugs at the time. I was really thin because I was modeling, so I didn't, yeah, I'm sure. So I didn't have any meat on my bones. A little alcohol really messed me up. And one day he basically told me, I'm going to sell you for drugs. I was in the room when he brokered the deal. He called the guy. I don't know if it was all planned out in advance or whatever. I don't know. I'm assuming this is a thing they did. And you consider this a relationship? I probably would have thought that, but I wasn't used to having male relationships. Not like that. Did sex with him come into place before all this? It was clear there was no choice, she said. She didn't answer the question. The thing is, like, I hadn't come from that. That wasn't a part of my lifestyle. I'm reading it how it's written, you guys. I'm not an idiot. When he called the buyer,
you sound illiterate over there.
Yeah. When he called the buyer, were you thinking anything like, what the fuck is this phone call? No, I was just told we needed more drugs, so we're going to sell you. And I was like, holy shit, I'm a child prostitute. I was embarrassed. I knew immediately I would never tell anyone about this. The musician dropped her off at a house in West Hollywood Hills. Can you describe this man, the buyer? Old, fat, ugly guy. I could probably recreate pieces of his room. It's weird what your brain remembers. How the fuck would you know? You're not a scientist, bitch. His bed was red, but not blood red. It was a red blanket. It was a really nice place, and there were multiple people living there. Okay. Were they there for you too? Not for me. They came and went. Lots of drugs and alcohol. How long were you there? I can't say. Maybe days, a week. Were you on drugs? I asked. Yes. Dude, first off, I need to say something.
I need some drugs after fucking reading that.
Dude, this reminds me of Christine Blasey Ford when she falsely accused Brett Kavanaugh, Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, at the time he was a nominee for that position. She basically accused him of violently assaulting her in the sexual nature. And she said that she felt like she was going to die. And she couldn't remember how she got to the house. She didn't know anybody who was there. People there couldn't put her in this specific room, in that specific house at that specific time. She didn't know anything. But she remembered these bullshit little details, like, my hippocampus. Mike Floyd, welcome. Thank you. Sounds like a teenage girl making up a bunch of shit. Yeah, dude, this sounds like bullshit. Oh, City of Dreams. It sounds like she was like embellishing Christine Blasey Ford's bullshit allegations and the movie La La Land and just kind of putting them together.
What other chat are you reading?
I'm just reading everything on Restream.
Oh, I see. I didn't get a lovely link for that.
Oh shit! Hold on, let me send that over your way. I apologize, dude. We were really distracted with getting this mixer up and running. But when I was playing that audio, you heard everything clearly, right?
Yeah, no, that was all good. I was just wondering because I was checking to see if it was on like Twitch or where.
No, we're everywhere. We're everywhere.
Okay. We are everywhere.
Yeah. All right, buddy. There you go. There's your link. I apologize.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah,
So, anyways, back to the show. Yeah. So she comes off as a serial chronic liar. Again, we already know what she does when she's clearly bullshitting. We've seen images of her. I wish I would have saved them when she was giving like the worst example of what sex trafficking is. So, 07. Yeah. So when she was talking with Michael Malice, it's a short clip. And he's like, how exactly were you trafficked? You never interacted with these people physically. It's like, oh, well, they took pictures of me and they put it on Instagram and they made money, blah, blah, blah. Manu DeFango made a really excellent point. He said they were making money and she wasn't sex trafficked. It was more likely that they were posting images of her. They were posting links to her webcam, escort, whatever service, her prostitute bullshit. That's really what it was. It wasn't sex trafficking at all. All right. Oh, God. I had to take a quick break from reading this shit. All right. So we left off at, were you on drugs? I asked. Yes, thank God. It was not pleasant. It was not a pleasant experience, she said. It was scary. I don't know what particularly happened, but I think I started to kick a little bit. I think I became a problem. I wasn't eating. I wasn't drinking. And I believe I had an overdose. And that saved my life. This happens sometimes with victims. Yeah, you wouldn't know. You're not one. I was left for dead, but I survived. I thought it was my fault. I woke up in Seder Sinai. I don't even think I'm saying that right. No friends out there. The nurse told me she treated Kurt Cobain once and that he and I have the same eyes. He died a few years earlier. That moment eventually would keep me sober. Maybe she was just gassing me up to make me feel better, but it gave me confidence. Yeah, I don't believe that either. That sounds like a lie too. How did you get back home? My parents bought a plane ticket. Somehow they knew. I'm sure. She doesn't know anything else about it. Yeah. She doesn't know anything else about it. When my dad dropped me off in LA, I think I had blonde hair. And when I arrived back here, I had jet black hair. Everything I brought home was in a trash bag. My parents didn't recognize me, she said. The people that really hate you are demanding these details. I said as a way to say I'm sorry for asking, but I didn't know how else to cover the story. One must work with the primary source first and then unspool what you can from there. I can't reverse engineer it. It's like gore porn, Eliza said, referring to the gruesome details that many are saying they need to hear from her to believe any trafficking took place. They're hitting me up, wanting to know if my vagina is ripped. I'm sure it is, but not for the reasons she claims. A part of me hopes you're lying because I want none of this to be true. She went back to recalling what she could of the overdose. Everybody's got stuff that's happened to them, she said. I was lying in bed last night, thinking about all of this. I am just so grateful that I'm still alive. So, like, it is bad, yes. But, like, bro, think about how much life I've had since then. I'm so grateful that despite all this stuff, I did so much dope shit. What? I think she felt like she had to say something positive because my face was probably as grim as a scientist standing with their doomsday clock. Oh, God. So do you remember anything leading up to or after the overdose, I asked? I guess it started at the buyer's house, and then they dropped me in the musician's hallway. I'm surprised they even called anyone. They were probably like, we aren't going to deal with dead girl. A lot of people who've been looking into your past are asking themselves, how could this happen to a daughter of a politician? It looks like she had a nice family. That's the most disgusting insult, she said. You can be a survivor and be other things. You can have a family. A lot of survivors I know are married, have kids. It's not like you're a survivor and that's all you are. I could be fully in trauma, probably on disability, just rotting away, still off the LA experience. That's why I'm like, at this point, I don't care what people say. Listen to what I survived. That's crazy. Yeah, dude, she's a liar. Just based off these responses, I'm fully committed to. I'm not gonna unwaver from that. I'm not gonna waver from that position. She mentioned how anyone from any status with any type of family life can fall victim to trafficking. Later, she told me she thinks the buyer dyed her hair black to make her look like a boy. I think that's what they were into, she said. Then why not just get a boy? Why get this fucking fat emo bitch? Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. She said that she believes there were transgender kids in the house as well in the Hollywood Hills. Were you sold multiple times? I asked. My first trafficking experience was short. She said, just that one time. What was it like when you got home? Oh God, who cares? And after you flew home, you were sort of comatose. I had no strength, not just physical strength. I had no mental strength. Oh, her mental health. Ooh. Dude, okay, I've been reading too much. Jeez. What do you make of all this? What do you make of all this that we've read so far?
It hurts my brain.
Yeah.
I don't know why they picked this guy to do the interview with.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
What they should have done is had her on the show again and then just grilled her ass.
Yeah, no, well, they weren't gonna do it. I mean, if Shane would have been there, Luke Radowski, Tim Cook, like they nobody would ask the real questions. It's like, dude, these questions suck. Like, these questions are fucking dog shit. Like, Shane is bad at this. Let's see. Hearing the story made me sick. I stopped eating. This is all her account. I would not stop eating my chicken tenders. I'd be like, go on, bitch. What else happened? You were fucking skinny? What? Finally, she could be totally lying. It could be all true. Either way, the story makes me feel sick. Shane's a pussy. If it's a lie, I'm sick that someone would go this far to tell such a warped lie. Well, it's true. So feel sick, bitch. Throw up. And I'm sick that if it's true, I'm just asking her to relive some dark trauma. Dude, that's literally what she does every day. She does that every fucking day, talking about this shit. I'm a survivor. That's like all she does as a survivor. It's like, shut up. It's important to me to hear your side of the story, I said. I know you said it on some podcast, but I need to hear it in person, not in the studio, not with cameras on, not with lights and makeup. What a fucking fruitcake. When I'm talking to other survivors, we laugh a lot, we joke, not about the abuse, but we have a dark humor. Not all the time, but like amongst survivors,
what does that mean?
We weave in and out of intense conversations all the time. Dude, I don't know, bro. These people are both retarded.
We have a dark sense of humor. With what?
Dude. It reminded me of my own friends and family in AA whose sobriety anniversaries, who cares? So you came back to the Quad Cities after LAS. I detoxed here. I was a mess. She said, I honestly don't remember going to the airport. I do not know. Yeah, much like Christine Blasey Ford. She doesn't know anything. Very convenient. Oh, it was so long ago. I was on drugs. I was drunk. I was partying. I was exhausted. Oh, dude, all these excuses.
I was put in a nice cushy mansion in LA. It was so terrible.
Dude, imagine how funny it would be. It's like her like trafficker was like Epstein, or not Epstein, Weinstein. Her parents picked her up from the airport. Let me see. Hold on, fuck this. This is boring. When I got better, I just wanted to go back to LA. Oh, here we go. So again, I'm thinking as a father here, and it's hard for me to understand how I wouldn't do whatever I could to prevent my daughter from going back to a place that appeared to destroy her. I'd arranged to speak with her parents tomorrow and thought I'd ask how they dealt with that. Whether or not you, reader, are believing Eliza, perhaps she put herself in a very bad situation. Perhaps you don't believe she was trafficked and sold for sex and drugs. But even if the overdose is the only thing that's real, her parents then would have seen a destroyed version of their young daughter. And I have a hard time putting myself in their shoes without putting up a fight to prevent her return to LA. But my kids are still young. And I know I put my parents through hell when I was 17, 18, 19. Nothing could have stopped me then, too, despite all the nightmares waiting for me with open arms. So I shared my concern about how and why she would return to LA. I'm sitting here like, this is like literally so textbook, she said. Okay. What you're witnessing is full textbook abuse. After the first trafficking, I came home. And when I went back to LA, I called him. He would not talk to me. The musician, I asked? Yes, he wouldn't talk to me. He just told me to go to AA. Based. Why would you go back to him? I asked. I don't know. That's crazy. I don't want to miss the opportunity, she said. What was the opportunity? Being a rock star. That's why I came out here. I wanted to be a model. So you won't name names. Can you say it's a famous person, I asked? There are people involved in my story that are very high profile. Maybe they aren't a household name, but I think if and when it all comes out, people be like, oh, wow. It's never going to come out, guys. I'm just letting everybody know right now. She's never going to reveal who the people were in this story that abused her because it literally didn't happen. This is fake. She is a liar, in my opinion, in a video game. Did you go to AA? I went to AA in Chinatown. I believe it was on a Monday. Oh, it's interesting how she can remember that.
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it was really sunny out too. Not a cloud in the sky. The meeting itself was called in Chinatown. It was in West Hollywood. And what were you thinking about yourself at the time? Dude, what is with this question? Who gives a fuck? I thought I had been a child prostitute, she said. Is that what you considered yourself?
That is such a dirty term to use.
Which one?
Like child prostitute. How old was she? Like she's
17.
not even giving. She was 17.
Yeah, she met the guy according to her fake story.
Yeah.
She was 15 when she met the guy, and then when she turned 17, she went out to LA. The dad paid for the apartment. He paid for the plane. He paid for everything. And then she fucked off to LA, and then within 48 hours, she was sold for drugs and sold for like $500 or whatever the hell she was claiming in another interview. Yeah, child prostitute. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, sweetheart. Is that what you consider yourself? Until I was in my 30s, I didn't even know about trafficking. That wasn't in my language at all. My first advocate is the one who told me she believed I had been trafficked. Once I told her my story, I had no language. I thought I was the one that was committing crimes. Oh, for fuck's sake, dude. She talks like she's such a fucking liar. People careless about boys if they wanted a boy, they would have got a boy. Oh, yeah. Go to comics. Yeah, no, absolutely true. Yeah, they're like, oh, there's like, they try to make me look like a boy. Dude, again, it's like, they don't have to do that. Like, they can just get a little boy whore and, living in his car outside of a Starbucks. He's trying to become like a screenplay writer or something. Yeah. Why go through this elaborate scheme of like abusing the daughter of a politician? It's so fucking fake, dude. It's so fucking fake. It makes me so angry. All right. Where did we leave off at? At the time I thought, oh, I'm an addict. I wasn't thinking about the trafficking. I was thinking I just have a drug and alcohol problem. I remember I tried to tell my first AA sponsor what happened with the guys in LA. It was still in my spirit. It was still in my heart. I was very young. Dude, I'm getting my period reading this shit, dude. Did the man in LA who sold you get in trouble, I asked. I don't know, she said, and I haven't looked. I almost thought about looking right before you came out here, but I can't. What keeps you from looking, I asked. Why go back, she said. Wouldn't you find some type of solace knowing he was in jail? Or I started to say before she cut me off, I don't think he's alive, she said. But you could be out there preventing others from getting hurt by him. If he is still alive, I said. She took a deep breath before responding. I understand, I do, she said. And I think about that myself. There were multiple times I tried, and it never went well for me, she said, referring to the second man who she says abused and trafficked her. Again, remember that fucking shit I told you guys on Twitter? Where is it? Let's find it right here. From Gregory, favorite part of the article, Eliza claiming her trafficker might be dead, but she hasn't looked. Yeah, Eliza said in December 2020 that her trafficker still follows her on social media. Here's a tweet, you guys. I'm not making this up. Eliza Bleu, straight from the horse's mouth. My former trafficker still follows me on social media and messages me. I have messages for you. Kiss my whole ass. With the little passive-aggressive doing my fingernails bullshit. Unbelievable. I'm overwhelmed, dude. Overwhelmed by the stupidity. Ooh, how much more of this do we have to go? Oh fuck, I don't know where we can get through all that.
I'm about to die.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, why go back? So right here, blah blah blah. I understand. Look, at this point, this is number one. There are laws that aren't going to work in my favor. The LA stuff is way in the past. Sometimes there are provisions where if it's over 10 years, but like generally speaking, it's all he said, she said, simply accusing someone with no evidence, it would not end well for me. And when I say no evidence, I mean like no evidence, like I have no evidence for the first story, right? So it would literally be the most he said, she said, and nobody's going to be like, you know what? Yup, she's right. I literally read that as it's written, you guys. The horse's she's got BPD. Dude, maybe. She may have bipolar disorder in a video game. Allegedly.
Borderline personality disorder.
Dude, this is... Yeah, dude, like, I've dated a lot of women, been around a lot of women. I know when they're fucking lying. Dude, Eliza Bleu is a fucking liar. Like, how could you fall for this? And Tim Pool's trying to play it off like, oh, it's no big deal. Ooh, who cares? Ooh. It's like, your fans, your subscribers. Oh, borderline personality disorder? Oh, borderline. Yeah, she sounds exactly like my BPD sister. Yeah, dude. Oh, man, I'm sorry, man. You got to go through that. Sorry, you got to go through that. Yeah, dude, I can't imagine having a sibling like Eliza Bleu. Fucking throwing myself off a bridge or something.
Throw her off a bridge.
Oh, yeah. If I could get away with it, maybe in a video game, in Roblox.
In Minecraft, yeah.
Did we, I have another clip loaded up. We have some, I think I had some funny shit, some videos of Tim Pool freaking out. Oh, where's that
did you find the one that I posted, or is that one worth a glance?
It certainly is.
Or is that the same one?
Oh my god, dude! I don't think I
from
saved
Scroats McGoat.
Scroat, yeah, him. You know what, dude? Fuck it. We're gonna Tim Pool. We're gonna just find it on Twitter, guys. Hang in there. Stay with me.
I do have a YouTube shorts in the channel if you want to give that a glance.
Oh,
as a member.
Oh, here we go. I think this is it. You guys.
Scroats McGoat says, last night as a member, if Tim doesn't disavow Eliza tonight, get the out, Scroats McGoat. You can cancel right now and see you later. You will never wave money in my face and make me disavow anybody, especially someone I care so little about, Eliza Bleu. She's been on the show 2 times. If you're going to cancel because I won't do what you say, you shouldn't have been here in the first place. Bye-bye. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out.
Wow, dude. He never sounds like a tough guy, but now all of a sudden he's like, oh, I got principles.
That was probably the most testosterone I've ever seen in his body.
No, it's unbelievable. Yeah. What was that user's name? Totes Scroats, or what was that?
We had our videos synced up, which was really funny. Let me see.
See ya.
Yeah, Scroats McGoat.
Scroats McGoat.
What a guy.
Yeah, dude. We gotta hang out with that dude. The Star Wars girl, she's going hard defending her friends. Tim Pool just threw away any credibility he had, all because he can't stand being wrong about Eliza Bleu. Yeah, so the memes are pretty fire. So this is I guess an image from a porn where these like dudes like destroy this little girl, and they photoshopped Tim Pool's bald head on her, and then Eliza Bleu and Jack Murphy and Elon Musk are, I guess, gonna have their way with him. It's pretty funny. Here we go. Tim Pool replies to Eliza Bleu Twitter censorship scandal in the most insane way. He deflects his own role in promoting Blue onto those of us speaking up on this issue. Then he outright vilifies us as paid trolls.
For chat, watch this. And appreciate it. And then I put up a poll, and I said, smash the like button if you don't trust Eliza Bleu. And 89% said I will like because I don't trust her. That means everybody who smashed the thumbs down trusts Eliza Bleu. All right, well, that was an interesting, it's 13,000 votes. It's interesting to see that so many people came here to support her by giving us a thumbs down. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. A lot of people do support her. Scroats McGoat says, last night as a member, if...
Your IQ what?
What a high IQ response from Tim.
Yeah, I know, right? Dude, he got him. All right, let's finish this clip.
Yeah, I got him. Yeah, everybody like this if you dislike Eliza Bleu.
Yeah, everybody like and subscribe and send in super chats if you fucking are disgusted with Eliza Bleu and her filthy lies.